a 2011 or 12 Tahoe. She's got a little bit of noise action. So by turning the wheel side to side, change its pitch a little bit. Fluid's good. Pretty sure power steering. Pretty sure power steering is heading out. We're gonna do a quick diagnosis. We're gonna pull the belt off and then start her again. Make sure it's nothing internal, and then we'll go through and spin all the pulleys. But pretty sure it is our power steering pump. Starting to exit stage left.
You only ever go on the way you can read the words.
Okay.
If you...
So we took the belt off. That was easy.
Yep.
So the air silencer thing we stuck back on quick. She's perfect. Now we're gonna give her a start and see what's making some noise. Pretty sure it's power steering and some light on the subject. Okay, when you start her again. So pretty sure it's power steering right here. Alternator. Okay, as soon as you want to start it, we're ready.
We spend 30 seconds and look at the pulleys across.
So this will give us 30 seconds. He likes to spend 30 seconds. 30 minutes. Oh. Okay, nice and quiet. Okay, we're good. So that helps you right away tell if there's something kind of goofy internal or whatever.
Not goofy internal.
So we're good with that. Nice and quiet. Idler has a little bit of noise.
It also has a little bit of a walk to it on the side. It's a little bit, not much.
Yeah, not bad. So power steering. I don't know. That's definitely making some noise. So I think that's the guy we're gonna go after.
It also has some sort of power steering. This guy also has some Ice Planet.
From the factory.
And grinds a little bit. That I would, before we get too far in depth in that, I would do the easy things.
Yeah, it changes pitch based on.
Well, I know, but that also just, the pump demands more fluid, which could put more strain on all the other accessories too.
Yeah.
So
Probably would do idler, tensioner while we're here, as those clearly look factory. And that one's got a little. And then power steering. So we've gone back and forth. Sometimes it's easier to pull the pulley when it's out. Sometimes it's easier to pull the pulley when it's in. If we can leave it in, we're gonna do that. Leave the pulley on the pump and reservoir while it's in. We're gonna do that. We just gotta get to the lines, which are down there somewhere. Yeah, looks like we got a pressure line leak for sure. Maybe we'll add that to the list. And go from there. But it is full of fluid, so it's not leaking enough. Could be leaking out of the pump too, so.
we also did just fill it 2.5, 3 weeks ago.
So it could be drippy.
Maybe a little longer.
Drippy. Okay, professional mechanics here, people. Professional. For your idler, one bolt in the center. They got Loctite on them. You can see, yeah, the pattern on there, kind of an odd pattern. So that's got a little wobble to it, looks like. And then your tensioner, so idler, tensioner. You gotta remember, some of these are smooth, some of these are grooved. So it's always a good idea to remember that. This doesn't take this off, but it will. This is to make this spin. I have to put tension on. 2 bolts to hold that guy in like that. And then when you get down to your water pump, there are 3 bolts
Your power steering pump. Now you're welcome.
Power steering pump. We're getting there. So there's three
bolts on the front and a bracket on the little bracket guy on the back.
So we'll get to the bracket in a minute, but there's 3 bolts. You have to make sure you rotate the pump to get through.
Except for one of them you can't get to.
You can't get to it?
So you need a crow's foot of sorts.
All right. This is where I remember before on our last one we were playing with was, is that the right size?
Yep.
All right.
Let's spin.
All right, we're getting there. So here's kind of the dilemma: is do you take that pulley, take the pulley off the pump before, or not? But if you got crow's foot, oh, line wrench, we got right in there. Okay, good. We have retrieved the power steering pump, which once used to live right in that region right there. Then, as we were investigating things, we noticed there was a significant puddle and found out it is one of those quick connect heater lines. The one on the right is right there, is dripping. We chased the water all the way up the side of the block, up to the head, past the head gaskets, past the freeze plugs, boom, up to there. So we got to replace one of those. We've never done one of those before, but as YouTube professional mechanics, we have no fear because Mama didn't raise no punks. So we're gonna pump the rest of the fluid out of that guy. We've got our Harbor Freight, Pittsburgh, right there. That works pretty well to get those guys off. By the way, buy yourself a cheap remote camera thingy. What's
Borescope.
Borescope. That's the technical term.
So
Very handy.
main brands are Depstack,
That's right.
Schlong is another one.
So we ended up buying the same brand that South Main bought a year or two ago. It's super handy.
Schlong.
That Schlong is great. So what we have learned is we always buy our pumps with a reservoir attached because I don't want to be trying to make a reservoir out here. You gotta take the pulley off, gotta take the bracket off. And if you're getting a rebuilt, then you get your quarter back right away when you bring that guy. So, Simon Fordman, a fellow Minnesotan YouTuber who has recently kind of been blown up, he had a great video out a while back called
The Escalation of General Maintenance.
The Escalation of General Maintenance. And this is kinda, we're not replacing a motor or a transmission, but this is
Or
kinda.
that was a front diff on that.
That's right, he was replacing
He was doing a front diff on his
F250. He ended up blowing a straight 6-up on a Ford 300, which are supposed to be indestructible. But
No, that could be the first one that's ever dead.
that's, there we go. He'll receive internet notoriety by doing that. So we got the stove cooking. It's pretty warm out, so we just keep it running on low. And we're gonna get some parts and hopefully take care of this. So if you've never seen one of these in action, you go through and you use the little clampy guy with a collar around it, which grabs onto that kind of snout. And then you gotta hold and you gotta turn, and it will slowly walk that out. And really you just gotta get it moving, 1/4 inch, a little bit more, and it just pops right off. But it is entertaining. So, instead of using crescent wrenches to make us cry, we're gonna use big wrenches that fit. Are those metric or what? So really, you just need to hold that. So if you get real close, we should be good with that. We've used this probably, I don't know. Yeah, I was gonna say 10, 12 times. It was worth it to us to just buy a kit right from Harbor Freight, like I said. You can buy fancier ones, you can buy way cheaper ones, and that is what, we'll move this over here. That is what we ended up doing. We're slowly going through the wood. Crock-pot cookers for cleaning carburetors. Okay. Ooh.
It's a 13/16. If it's better.
Yeah, do that. Like I said, that just needs to hold it in place. Alright, we're getting there. Need one more hand. So if that goes in, that should pull that out, right?
Correct. Just It's really not straight right now.
She's moving. So then, after 5,000 times, that will push in the top of that, and that will go there. And like I said, the clampy thing will clamp on the edge of that. And then as you drive the center down into it,
it grabs onto it.
it'll pull it up. So, like I said, cheap kit, but it works. There isn't any other real easy way to do it. Some people,
Heat it up.
I suppose, heat it up. Some people do this, do that, but we try to do it the rightest way that we can, and it works.